Picture this, a recording studio somewhere far, far away.
Welcome to the fantasy zone. Get ready.
Welcome, watchers of Illusion, to my Castle of Confusion, and it's the 25th of November 2020. I hope you guys are all doing well. I'm bringing you the game I promised I would bring you, and it's Altered Beast on the PS2, released and designed by Sega, which is interesting because they've kind of taken away everything that made the original game, you know, the game that it is. So we're going to have a look at this today, and let's see what we can see. Put a little intro there to show you the kind of things that you can become. A few extra things that you couldn't be in the original game. It's quite a lengthy intro, this, isn't it? But we'll let him run around for a bit. So you can see by the intro that I think these are the forms that you can be. So obviously you've got the dragon, you've got the bear, you've got the wolf, you've got eagle. I think there's quite a few transformations in this game, but it's all very different. They've taken away the mythological aspect of the game, and they have introduced it into a brand new scenario. It has absolutely nothing to do with the original game. So in this game you are basically a test subject. And yeah, you get your sort of stuff from killing monsters. So we're going to get stuck in anyway, and we'll go with the story mode. As you can see there's a few other bits and pieces. I'll go on easy just so we can get a little bit through the game. So I'll just let you watch the intro, and we'll crack on straight away after that.
Secretary of State Ramirez has issued a statement that the military has quarantined Forest City for safety precautions. Ramirez has also denied that the strange mist surrounding the area is toxic, citing general panic as a source of this rumor. Sarah Goldberg reporting.
Listen to this guy. Why isn't he flying over this place then? Jeez, you said it. Still, what the hell are we doing out here? And what the hell is in that damn box? They got us flying over toxic freaking fumes. And for what? Emergency pizza delivery. Huh? What the hell was that?
Where the hell am I?
Right, so that's the basic premise then. Helicopter gets attacked by a giant bat for whatever reason. And as you can see, they've moved away from the 2D sort of sideways scroller, and now we're into proper sort of 3D realms of gameplay. So you start off as your normal self. We're going to scan the wreckage and let's see if there's anything around here. So we'll have a look at the presentation first of all. So graphically, I mean, for its day I suppose it would have been alright. If you're looking at it with today's eyes, you're probably going to go, what the is this? But you know, it's alright. But it reminds me a bit of a PS1 title really. But yeah, so now we've got some things we can beat up. This is cool, by the way. The transformation sequences are a little bit gory, I will warn you. And you do get different ones on your beast transformations as well. I think this gives you the full transformation, but yeah. So a little bit gory, but this is where the fun really starts, is you transform into a werewolf. You can then claw your way through these little monsters. So you've got you've got the ability to slash, sort of do a Sonic the Hedgehog roll, and then you do like a power dash that will just obliterate everything in front of you, which is an absolutely brilliant attack. I mean, graphics for the wolf are quite nice. I mean, it does look genuinely terrifying. You can see there's only 3 attacks there, so you've got Berserker Rage, Claw Attack, Jump Attack. Very, very simple, which is what you want in a game, really. And then you'll have the L and R, L1 and R1 buttons will basically, there you go, just demolish everything. L1 and R1 will be map and center camera behind your character. So if you do find that you can't see where you're going, then you just need to push the L1 button and it will recenter the camera for you. Now, from my experience with the game, which I'm coming back to this after years, is that the camera can be a little bit Resident Evil on you. Which basically, for those uninitiated by Resident Evil, it's where the camera doesn't go where you want it to. And you kind of lose track of everything. But, yes. And this is supposed to happen. The mysterious lady.
The beast is taking over your mind.
She's
You're going
something
to
to
die
do with
unless
the
we do
plot.
something.
We don't know yet, because we haven't got that far. But she's going to revert us back to our human form. Such as that. You can change at will, by the way. You can turn between human and werewolf, but to maintain your werewolf form or your animal form, you have to pick up the green piles of goo that drop on the floor. Without those, you run out, and then your health starts taking a kicking. So you've got to try and keep your
We don't want your mind to transform into
whatever it
rats.
is ooze from dropping too low.
I don't suppose you would have the
So
chips
basically,
if
the
you were
idea is
supposed
to investigate the
Though
and
I
try and
doubt that in
find
your current
the
state
chips and
you even
stuff
know what I'm
that she's talking about, and try and unravel the mystery of what's happened to you. And you can do that over a space of a few levels. It's actually quite good fun when you get into it. I just think it's a shame they've taken away from the original Altered Beast. There you go, it tells you how to actually get your spirit energy. But I think it's a shame they've gone away from the format that made it so good. The 2D side-scrolling worked really, really nicely, but to actually change the whole concept of the game, I'm not sure was the right decision. I think bringing it into a Legacy of Kain type environment, great, that's a thumbs up from me, but when it goes against the grain of the original story and everything else, then that's where I sort of have a bit, not an issue, but you know, it would have been nice to have kept it in its original format or original story. I mean, like, just imagine doing this, going around the ancient pillars and in 3D and mashing up all the monsters with that. That would be so cool. Reminds me a bit of Guile from Street Fighter, actually, but there we go. So you just kick the crud out of these, build up your spirit, and then you can transform. Which, as you know, the originals you had to get orbs to do that. But orbs, you don't need to get them. You just kick the hell out of all the enemies, and they drop those little green puddles of goo, as you can see there. So you need to sort of amp that up as best as you can. There you go, you can see it sort of pulsating through. And you do that by holding down, or you push the triangle button, then you tap it. Once he sinks his fists into their guts like that, you can see my spirit bar filling up quite nicely now. So I could turn into a wolf now. Not sure I need to at this point, but we'll head over to Area 1 in a minute and see what's hiding over there. So sound effects are quite meaty, actually. I've been quite impressed by that. The thuds as you connect with your feet and your fists sound really, really nice. So that's quite cool. Very squelchy sound effects as well when you're a creature, because you're just literally slicing people and things in half, which is great. There is a sort of decomposition in this where you can carve off people's arms and legs, chop them in half, that kind of thing, just with your claws, which is great fun. I think you'd actually quite enjoy that aspect of the game. Being a human form isn't quite as fun. Now, I don't know if I have to crack through that, or I think I'll have a little explore, have a look around, see if there's anything else I can do while I'm here. But there's no obvious sort of hints and tips to take you forwards. And that, to me, is part of the problem. Because you sort of need that little bit of a breadcrumb trail to show you where to go. Now, obviously, we can't go that way, and we can't go this way. Maybe I've missed something. I'll go back and have a look. There is a set of stairs beyond the rubble. So, I wonder if I've got to destroy the rubble. You see, that's what I mean. There's no sort of hints or tips to say, right, you need to be doing this or this or this. Or it might be helpful if you tried this. Because, you know, we all need our hands held in games sometimes, right? So, sound and the music is actually alright. It's very sort of up-tempo when you turn into a beast, by the way. You'll the music will change. Which is quite nice. The lighting's nice in this as well. But everything's a bit sort of bland, really. Here we go. Can I just... Here we go. Transformation sequence initiated. Yes! I'll just explode my own body. But he's a lovely fella, isn't he? Oh. It was as simple as that, was it? Just jump over the wall. I mean, he could have done that in human form. He was jumping high enough, but oh well. Nitpicking aside. Playability, you know, it is good fun. I'm going to say it is fun. Just because I enjoy cutting these things in half. There you go. Lovely example of a cleave. So that's quite good fun. Replay value, I don't know. I think once you've finished it, I'm not sure you'd come back to it. Now there are extra unlocks. I believe you can do some stuff at the end. I think there's a battle mode, and you can unlock a were-tiger and stuff like that as well. So it's probably worth persevering with it and getting the bits and pieces unlocked that way. Age rating, well, it's probably going to be a 15 because obviously with the blood and the gore aspect, you're not going to want kids playing this, as the transformation sequences are a little bit on the gory side, putting some of these werewolf horror films to shame. But you know, it's up to you if you let them do it. I've shown you the transformation sequence for this guy, and personally, I wouldn't let my 7-year-old play it. So there you go. That gives you an indication. I love the fact he howls every now and again as well. It's quite primordial. Ooh, that was a big word. So yeah, you can bring the map at any time. Make sure you're going the right way. I'm just gonna. Oh, you can't. That's a save point, which I can't use because I'm in beast mode. You can revert back to human at any point, but why would you? So yeah, I'm just not sure that this is a game that. I think you'd really have to like Altered Beast to want to play this a lot. I mean, it's fun, but it's not brilliant. It's a shame because it could have been so much better. But you know, I think the main thing for me, and I've said it before, is it's such a far departure from the original format of the game and the storyline that it just somehow, if this was a standalone game where you could, you know, like a werewolf game, that would work for me. But because it's associated with Altered Beasts and it doesn't really pay any homage apart from the beast transformations, and that's it really, then it sort of lets itself down a bit, which is a shame. The controls are clunky, but the camera's probably the worst offender out of all this. But it's very, very simple. It's analog control, so at the end of the day, it's nice and simple to do this. Oh, look at this. Oh, this is just carnage central. So, I mean, I would recommend picking it up and playing it. You could probably pick this up for a couple of quid on eBay. Released in the EU and Japan, was not released in America apparently, so that's interesting, isn't it? Maybe they just didn't think it would sell, but yeah, we got it in the UK, so that was nice. Sits proudly in my collection. So there we are. Now I'm contemplating doing some live shows or some live fan-based thing where we have a chat live while I get to play some games badly. But let me know what you think to that idea, and I will look into how to set it up to go live on YouTube, perhaps a couple of nights a week for an hour or so, and we'll see how that goes. But let me know if that's something you'd enjoy, because I think it'd be quite nice for you guys to engage with me, and we'll see what we can do. I think it would be good fun. So feedback, comments in the comment box below, and I hope you've enjoyed this Altered Beast review of the PlayStation 2 version. Don't believe it was released on the Xbox, but yeah, just the PS2, I think. So, hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope you're all staying safe. And can you believe that the next show, or the next couple of shows, will be Christmas intro time? Time flies, doesn't it? And here we are, almost at the end of another year. So, what a crap year it's been for most people. But I hope all of you guys are safe and sound, and I will see you very soon for a brand new review. Thank you ever so much for tuning in. I'll catch you again soon. Bye for now.